Now, the rights of the wife, of her husband. Number one, the mahar. The mahar. She should have the mahar. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is commanding us, وَآتُوا النِّسَاءَ صَدَقَاتُهُنَّ نِحْلَةً. Give the woman their mahar. Should not, keep it to yourself. And if, the ulama, they say, if a man married a woman without giving her mahar, he has to give her the mahar. And if he didn't, this is sin on his part. You have to give the woman her mahar. And the mahar which is known in the community. For example, a brother, he married a revert. He didn't know. He doesn't know miskina. Some sister, they say, what mahar do you want? He said, just a copy of Sahih Bukhari. Miskina, he doesn't know. Okay, and he said, oh, okay, that's your mahar. No. Then you can't charge him back, okay? Ask him, give me. I found out now. You fooled me. No, it is my right. Okay, this is what the Muslim sister they get. This is my money. You have to give it to me. Also, the maintenance and the shelter. You have to provide for her shelter, house, and give her maintenance, money. Because that is her right on you. You clothe her, you feed her, you provide a house for her. Because a woman, she wants to be in her home, in her own house, so that she feels free, she has privacy. So that's her right. And among her rights also, that you should not desert her or leave her except in the house, in the bedroom only. If you get angry with her and you want her to come to her senses, because sometimes there is what we call nushuz, a woman becomes rebellious. So he will not sleep in the bed, so he will sleep in the same room. Children, they don't know what's going on. They don't know that. So this is a treatment. Not that he goes and sleeps in the other room. So everyone knows now. The children, they know. There is a problem between our parents. Also among her rights that you live with her. Okay? With ma'roof, with kindness. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَعَاشِرُوهُنَّ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ. So you live with each other with kindness. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, خَيْرُكُمْ خَيْرُكُمْ لِأَهْلِهِ وَأَنَا خَيْرُكُمْ لِأَهْلِي. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said that the best among you are those who are the best for their wives. And I'm the best for my wives. So a husband should be the best for his wives. Kind, gentle, helpful. Yes, the Prophet ﷺ, he was the best husband. He would help them. Aisha said in Bukhari, the Prophet ﷺ, he would come to the kitchen helping us. So don't say, I am the man. Okay? Some culture, the man is the king at home. So the child is crying, the food on the stove, she needs help, and you know the child is crying, you don't care. She has only one pair of hands, so she needs a hand, she needs help. So get up and help, take the child. خَيْرُكُمْ خَيْرُكُمْ لِأَهْلِهِ. So the Prophet ﷺ, he would help his wives. And then when he hears the adhan, he would go to the masjid. the Prophet ﷺ with Aisha, because Aisha was very young, the Abyssinians, they were playing in the masjid with their spears. So he said, Aisha, do you want to see? He said, okay, I want to see. Yes, I want to see them. And Aisha said, by Allah, I was not interested in seeing them. But I wanted the other women to know that the Prophet ﷺ loves me. Not that he wants to see the Abyssinians. What is there? They are throwing the spears in the air, jumping up and down. What's there? Nothing. But just she said, I want all his wives to know that I am the closest to his heart. So that's why the Prophet ﷺ, he lowered his shoulder and he was looking because she was in her room. And every time the Prophet ﷺ would ask her, enough? She said, no, not enough. She wanted to prolong it as much as she could. So this is the Prophet ﷺ. Also one day, the Prophet ﷺ was heading back to Medina from the battle, and he told the Sahaba, you go ahead, leave me behind. And he was with Aisha. He said, Aisha, dismount, we want to run now, to race, to jog, to race. She said, okay, let's race. And they ran, and Aisha won the race. The Prophet ﷺ kept quiet. He said he waited. The Prophet ﷺ waited. He didn't forget it. He waited until I put on weight. See the Prophet ﷺ? He waited until Aisha put on weight. And she was with him. And he told the Muslims, okay, you go ahead. Aisha, let us run now. He said, don't you see? How can I run? I'm heavy now. He said, by Allah, you have to run. No way. Okay? So they ran and he won, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And he said, now we break even, okay? What the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam here is teaching us that there is fun. You know what? Many people, they think those religious brothers and sisters, masakeen, their life is so miserable. Those sisters, they're covering themselves with niqab and gloves and hot weather. And so they pity them, really. They don't know they are happy. They don't know Islam, there is room for entertainment, for everything. We are human beings. But we are living our life according to what pleases our Lord. So we get the pleasure in this world and the one, inshallah, to come. So this is her right, that you treat her kindly, nicely. You love her. You show her your love. Because normally, this is the nature, sisters should know, this is the nature of men. Men, they show their love to their wives by buying them gifts, clothes, things like that. They don't talk. I love you. They don't say that. Okay? Difficult for them. But they want to hear it. She wants to hear it from you. Yes. Ask them. They will tell you yes. She wants to hear it from you. I was in the States in Boston, and I gave a talk to the sisters, and the brothers, they say, okay, talk to them. I mean, be hard on them. They told me. So I gave the talk, and I said, the brothers, they have these problems. And so what do you want? The sisters. American sisters call a spade a spade. They said, one of them shouted, romance! We want romance! So So I came out, I passed the message. Told the brothers, I want everyone tonight to go and buy a bouquet of flower for his wife. Go. Yes, why not? Why not? This is our deen, this is Islam. So bring that bouquet of flower to your wife. You will be surprised, believe me, sometimes that she comes and stands in front of you just like a child. Do you love me? You say, huh? All these things I'm doing, you expect that she knows that you love her because you are bringing her gifts. No, she wants, the poor girl, she wants to hear it from you. So this is life. And Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is our example. This is the problem. The Prophet ﷺ's love for Aisha is known. Talk of the town. Everyone knows he loves Aisha. Everyone knows. And the Prophet ﷺ, they asked him publicly, whom do you love most from among your wives? He said, Aisha. Aisha. From among your companions, her father, Abu Bakr. So it was known. That's why the Sahaba, they would wait. If someone wanted to give a gift to the Prophet ﷺ, he would wait till the day of Aisha. So on the day of Aisha, everyone would give the gifts to the Prophet ﷺ. Also among the rights, the fulfillment of the biological needs. This is the right of the partner. The fulfillment of the biological needs. Prophet Sayyidina Umar ibn Khattab, one night he passed by a house and he heard a woman inside talking to herself that she is missing her husband, and she was singing. So he put a mark on the house and he went to his daughter Hafsa, said, my daughter, tell me the truth. How long can a woman wait? For how long without her husband? She was embarrassed. He told her, help your father. I want to find out. She said 4 months. She can't tolerate. So immediately he issued a decree. No mujahid should be away from his family more than 4 months. More than 4 months. So this is her right. Also among her rights, teaching her the deen. The husband should teach his wife the deen. Should have a class. Sit together. Okay, let us memorize the Quran. So you are doing it together. Learning the deen together. So that is her right on you. If you cannot do it, then allow her to go and learn the deen somewhere. To come to classes, etc. But it is her right to learn her deen. And that is where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, qu anfusakum wa ahlikum naran wa qudha an-nasu wal hijara. O you who believe, save your families from a fire whose rock fuels and men. Sayyidina Ali commented, he said that you teach your wife. You teach your wife. Also among her rights, that you feel jealous over her. Ghira. Feel jealous of her. She wants to see that you are jealous. If she feels that you are jealous of her, she knows that you love her. Sayyidina Sa'ad radiallahu anhu was very jealous, very jealous. It was known. It was known. The Prophet ﷺ, he said, if a man finds another man with his wife, he should bring 4 eyewitnesses. Sayyidina Sa'ad said, what? 4? By Allah, I will cut both of them into pieces. I will make them minced meat. I will not wait. So the jealousy of Sayyidina Sa'ad. So the Sahaba said, O Prophet of Allah, don't blame him. We know him is very jealous. If his wife, any of his wives, mounts a camel, rides a camel, the moment they reach the destination, he would slaughter the camel. He doesn't want anyone to mount the camel that his wife mounted. So he will slaughter that camel. So this was the extreme jealousy of Sayyidina Sa'ad. So a woman, she wants to feel that you are jealous. And when also she feels jealous over you, that's fine. Because she loves you. But it should be within limits. Should not cross the boundary. Okay? And you have to take this and respect that. And take this into consideration. Especially the dua. You know, the dua, women, they call them a lot. Is the Shaykh there? I have a question. Okay. What is your question? The wife should ask. I will pass the question, get you the answer. Not that you call after call, sister after sister. What do you think? She's thinking. And maybe they are not married. Okay? So she feels jealous. So, for the da'i, he should allocate a time. From this time to this time, I answer your calls, and let your wife answer them. That's why educate her. And if she doesn't know the answer, she asks you, and she passes the answer. So that's how you protect yourself, you protect your family, and also your wife will not feel jealous because she's handling the situation. So you feel jealous over your wife, and also because you feel jealous over her, you want her to cover up. And sister, listen to this. Don't, if your wife asks you, wear the niqab. Don't tell him it's not fard. It's not that, it's not obligatory. Even if it is not obligatory, your husband is asking you to do something which pleases Allah. So you say, okay, I will wear it. Though I believe it is not fard. Okay? So he's asking you to do something which is not haram, do it. Don't argue with him. It is a controversial matter. Ulama, they differed whether it is fard or sunnah or something. But all the Muslim scholars, they agreed that the best thing is the niqab. So that's it. So he wants you to do the best thing. Now there are rights which are common for both husband and wife. Number one, they should not disclose their secrets. Number one. Don't disclose your secrets. Because when you live with a woman, she lives with you, there are secrets between you. So don't mention these things. It is haram. Because some people, they have this sickness. They talk about what happens at home between them. So the Prophet ﷺ, he said to the Sahaba one day, maybe some of you, they talk about what happens in the bedroom. So a woman, young lady, she stood up, he said, by Allah, yes, the women they talk and the men they talk. So the Prophet ﷺ told them, don't do that. It's just like a devil, male and female, okay, engaged in the act and people are watching. So don't ever, ever mention what happens at home. So these issues is a secret, should be buried and should not be told to anyone. Even after you divorce each other. The secret of your marital life should be buried and no one should know about it. The second thing, which is also, is the mutual piece of advice. You advise her, she advises you, both of you. And you listen to each other. But also here I want to draw your attention, sisters. Sometimes, sisters, a woman should study her husband. She should psychoanalyze him. Okay? Study him. She knows him in and out. She knows him when he's not in the mood. She knows him if he wants something without token. She knows him. And the husband also should know his wife. Because some husbands, they are inconsiderate. His wife is upset and he doesn't know. What's wrong with you? Why you are like this? What did I do? He doesn't know. The Prophet ﷺ, he knows. He said, Aisha, by Allah, I know when you are happy and when you are angry. When you are happy and when you are upset with me. He said, how? Tell me. He said, when you are happy and you want to emphasize on something, you say, by the Lord of Muhammad. That means you are happy with me. When you are angry with me, you say, by the Lord of Ibrahim. So the Prophet, she said, yes, that's right. So the Prophet ﷺ was observant, watching her behavior. And the husband should know his wife. So you know when she is upset and when she is happy. And you should avoid upsetting her, as you expect her not to upset you. So you advise each other and you listen to each other. But sometimes a husband, sometimes maybe he has a problem and he wants to be alone by himself. Okay? So are you following, sisters? He wants to be. So don't come and interfere. What's wrong with you? I'm your partner. Tell me. For God's sake, just leave me. Because I want to be alone. I'm thinking. So you should know, oh, he's in that mood now. Leave him. Okay? So you should know your husband. When to talk, when not to talk, when you leave him alone, etc. Also, Shura. Shura should be at home. Do you know the meaning of Shura? Shura is not consultation, linguistically. Shura is when you are extracting the honey from the beehive. So you are taking the honey, the best thing, and without breaking the beehive. So when we are making this brainstorming, okay, we are just taking the cream, the best idea. Okay, so that's the Shura. So the family should get together, even including the children. You never know. Someone might come up with something brilliant. So we are making this brainstorming and listening to everyone, all the family. So the Shura is very important in the life of the couple. Also, the love and mawadda and rahmah. This is very important, my dear brothers and sisters. Very important. This love between you and your partner. You feel, you have rahmah towards her and affection towards her. And tolerance. You tolerate her mistakes. And she tolerates yours. Not that you keep up listing down. she did this, she did this, she did this. And one day you flare up. You were bottling, and the poor girl doesn't know. No, don't bottle up. Clear it. You are in your bed, talk to each other. And advise her. Tell her this, tell her that. And feel for her. She's your partner. She's the mother of your children. And you know the hadith, the story of the Sahabi who came to Sayyidina Umar radiallahu anhu because his wife was giving him tough time. So he said, I will complain to Amir al-Mu'mineen. And this is in the book of Imam Nasai, Ishrat al-Nisa. So when he reached Umar's house, at the door he heard Umar's wife screaming, shouting at Umar. Imagine, who can shout at Umar? His wife was shouting at him. So this Sahabi said, oh, Alhamdulillah, I'm not alone. It's happening in every home. Huh? This is Amir al-Mu'mineen. The shaitan runs away from Umar. And yet, see, his wife is shouting. Okay? And this is true, it helps. When you hear people, they have the same problem like yours, it gives you, that consoles you, that you are not alone. So now this Sahabi, he decided to go back. By that time, Sayyidina Umar opened the door. And he said, come, brother, come. Oh, nothing. Come, what's that? He said, I came to complain about my wife. And they found that you have the same problem. Now listen to Sayyidina Umar what he said. He said, brother, she cooks for me. She stitches my clothes. She looks after my kids. She looks after my horse. And I started listing all these chores she does. If from time to time she gets angry, I have to take it. She's a human being at the end of the day. She's a human being. Okay? She will get angry. And believe me, when they get angry, they don't mean what they are saying. True or not? Yes. Masakin. They don't mean it at all. Even when if she tells you, oh, I'm fed up. I can't live with you anymore. Divorce me. You know what does that mean? Love me more. Wallahi, that's what they mean. He means love me more. He doesn't mean it. He doesn't mean it at all. But they don't know how to express themselves because they are emotional. Also, my dear brothers and sisters, we have to be realistic about the marital life. We should not be idealistic. Okay? We should not be idealistic. Down to earth. We are human beings. Okay? So don't expect many, the expectations should not be that high. They have to be reasonable. Okay? So we have to be realistic when it comes to the issues of mahar and wedding parties. We have to be realistic when we are spending the maintenance. We should not have high expectations. She should be like this. She should be hafidh al-Quran. She should have memorized the hadith. That's too much. Okay? So, should be realistic. Also, we have to be, moderate and realistic regarding the fulfillment of obligations. That is very important, that she is trying her best and you are trying your best. So each one is trying his best to fulfill his obligations towards the other. Also, each one should know the mentality of his partner. You study your partner. You write down, my husband loves this, loves this, loves this. This makes him happy. This makes him happy. This makes him angry. This upsets him. So you know him in and out. So you study him. The same thing, a husband should do that. Remember the law of love. What's the law of love? The law of love says what? You love what your beloved one loves, right? And you hate what your beloved one hates. So if you love your wife, you will love whatever she loves. She loves this perfume, alhamdulillah. This perfume gives her a headache, throw it away. Don't insist. This type of food, you love it, you are crazy about it, but she cannot make it for you, forget about it. Not that you insist. Do you like fish in this country? Okay, you bring her the fish, she can't take the fish. And you ask her, no, cook it. And then eat with me. What is this? So no. So the love says, the law of love says, you love what your beloved one loves, and you hate what your beloved one hates. And Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is our example. When he ate honey in Maria's house, Aisha and Hafsa, listen to this, Aisha and Hafsa, they didn't have honey. So they felt jealous. So both of them, Aisha and Hafsa were radiallahu anhuma, were always plotting together, planning together. Yes, so much so that Sayyidina Umar, he warned his daughter. When the Prophet ﷺ, he got angry with his wives for 1 month, stayed in the masjid. The people said the Prophet ﷺ divorced his wives. He came, he found Hafsa crying. He told her, how many times I told you not to listen to Aisha? See what happened? Because you are listening to her. You are not like Aisha, neither you nor myself. He loves Aisha and he loves Abu Bakr. So don't listen to Aisha. So Hafsa and Aisha radiallahu anhuma, they decided when the Prophet ﷺ, they said, the moment the Prophet ﷺ comes to you, tell him, oh Prophet of Allah, please, please don't come near to me. I can't stand your smell. There's a horrible smell. And the Prophet ﷺ, he hates bad smells. He came to Hafsa, oh Prophet of Allah, please. He said, no, it's only honey. Honey, I had it in Maria's house. And this upsets you? I will not have it anymore. I will not take it. He went to Aisha, she did the same thing, and he told her the same thing. So much so that Allah Azza wa Jal revealed the Quran. Why, O Prophet of Allah, you prohibit for yourself that which Allah made halal, seeking by that, تبتغي مرضات أزواجك, seeking by that the pleasure and the happiness of your wife? Allahu Akbar. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blamed him because he said, I don't want to eat the honey anymore. Because this upsets his wives. So, when you love someone, you will love what he loves and you hate what he hates. Love me, love my dog, the Englishman says. True. Love me, love my dog. So always remember this law of love. So when you love someone, you love that one and whatever that one loves. For instance, you love your wife. Okay. Your wife loves her parents. So you will love your in-laws. You will love your in-laws. A woman loves her husband. And her husband loves his family. So you will love his family. This is the principle of love. This is the law of love. Not that you expect her to love your parents, okay, and you don't like hers. Doesn't work. So you should know the mentality of each one, respect each one. Also, children. Children, they are actually the apple of the eyes. They are the joy of in this world. Children. Life without children is void of meaning and happiness. Though they are noisy, but alhamdulillah, they are the joy in this life. Subhanallah. I myself sometimes, for example, when the children, they go away, for instance, to their grandparents, and I'm alone at home. I don't know if anyone experienced that. I think so. People, they know that. I hear them talking, you know that? Have you experienced this? You hear that they are shouting and screaming, and so I say, what? They came or what? And you are alone by yourself. So really, the same thing. And when you are away from your family, okay, you miss them. Okay? So you need, this is life. So the children, you should have children and not delay having children, especially those who are newly married. Sometimes they say, you know, we should not be hasty. No need to hurry up having children. Let us enjoy ourselves. No, the real enjoyment in having children. Really, that is the real enjoyment. You come from work very tired. You find that little one, daddy, daddy, giving you a hug. Ooh, she makes your day. Feel happy. All that tiredness, fatigueness is gone. So children, indeed. So do not delay having children. And by the way, the contraceptives, they affect. So if there is a couple newly married and they are using contraceptives, this will affect having children later, especially the pills. So you have to be careful. So do not delay having children. So have children and breastfeed them as well. Because some women, they don't want to breastfeed the children, because this is going to affect my appearance, my looks, all that stuff. There are researchers, they found that those women who do not breastfeed, the chance to have breast cancer is so high. Breast cancer, because they don't breastfeed. And when you breastfeed a child, you're not giving the child only milk, you're giving affection, love to the child. Not that he's on the formula, the milk, the bottle. So he has no attachment to you. The upbringing of children, we have to upbring them Islamically from day one. The moment they start to talk, you teach them Allah, so they know. So you are teaching them the Islamic teachings. And what is more important here is that we as parents should be role models. This is very important. Role models for the children. Because the children, we think they are not, still they are toddler, they are not talking, but they are copying. They are observing. They are recording. By the way, recording. So sometimes you find a child is doing funny things, okay? Because he saw people doing funny things. And you'll be embarrassed. You have to take this into consideration. So a child, he's recording, he's watching, and these things will come later. So we have to be role models for the children. So when we tell them something, we have to practice what we are telling them. You know the hadith when one day the Prophet ﷺ, A woman, Sahabiya, said to her child, come, I will give you a date. So the Prophet ﷺ was watching what she was going to give him. And then she gave him the date. He said, had you not given him the date, it would have been written that you lied to the child. How many times we lie to the children? Daddy, I need candy, sweet. Say, okay, inshallah. So, okay, tomorrow, inshallah. So the child is waiting. Daddy comes. Where's the candy? Ooh, I forgot. Another time, again I forgot. Daddy is a liar. He lies. If you don't want to bring the sweet, say no, sweet. Because it's bad for you. It's not good for your health. But don't promise and do not then fulfill the promise. You tell him, my son, it's haram, haram to lie. Don't lie. Okay, Dad, okay. Now, someone is calling, the child picks the phone. Is your dad there? Yes, hold on. Comes, Daddy, Uncle so-and-so. No. Tell him, I'm not here. Okay. Child goes back. Daddy is telling you he's not here. Okay, Uncle? So we are teaching the children how to lie. So we are not role models for them. We are not examples for them. So we have to be examples for the children. Also, we have to be nice to others, kind to others, kind to our in-laws. My mother-in-law is really my mother. She is my mother. I am her son. I am mahram for her forever. Are you following? So we have to treat others kindly and treat them nicely. Even kind and nice to our guests. If you want to make your husband happy, when he brings guests, entertain the guests. Not that you are making the guest feels at unease. Because you are not smiling. You are just putting the food like that. So as if you are telling them, hurry up, leave us. We don't want you. No. Be cheerful. Let them feel happy. So your husband also will feel happy. Are you following? Also, we should be able to solve our problems. When there are problems in the couple should be wise and able to handle their own problems. Sometimes you have to be, maybe it needs time. The problem needs time. MashaAllah. I'm just saying this to a child in front of me, okay? So you need to give it time. Sometimes a problem, you need to sleep over it. Forget about it. Leave it for a time. And then you address the problem. And with wisdom. If now you are not in the mood, you say, okay, we'll leave it a while, okay? We'll discuss this later. So let things cool down. Then you address the matter. And you should be able to adapt yourself. You see, a woman should be able to live with her husband under all circumstances. So you should prepare yourself to be with your husband wherever he goes. I'll be living in the tent. Okay? From that mansion, that beautiful house, from this beautiful weather in London to a desert or a mountain, cave or a tent. You should be able to live with your husband. Are you following? This is life. You never know what will happen. So you adapt yourself and prepare yourself. Also, we need to control this organ, the tongue. Only beautiful things should come out. So when you are calling your wife, either you use these beautiful love expressions or give her the kunya, or mother of so-and-so. Not that you are shouting, oh, you come. No, this is not our Islam. So control the tongue. Because this tongue, the lisan, is the most dangerous organ in the body, the most dangerous one. That's why Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, if one controls what is between the two jaws, the jaw bones, which is the tongue, and what is between the two thighs, the private part, I guarantee him the Jannah. The Jannah. So just control your tongue. So think about what you are going to utter, what you are going to say. If it is good khair, say it. Otherwise, keep quiet. Also, we should not take our problems outside the house. Are you listening? Don't take your problems to your mother. Both the husband and the wife. Because both of them, they will not think rationally. They will think emotionally. They will react. So try to solve the problem by yourselves. Because the problem, when it comes out, it gets smaller or bigger? Bigger. So try to solve your own problems by yourselves. And don't take them outside. And even if you are seeking advice, don't say, I have this problem. Put it in a third person. Third person. If a person has this problem, how to handle it, how to solve it, if you are seeking advice. Don't say, I have this problem. So when you seek advice, you ask those people who are experienced, wise, who can give you the right answer and the correct answer to help you. Now we are going to talk about miscellaneous issues. Number one is that a woman's work, a woman working and earning. So for a woman to go and work and come out from her house. First of all, in Islam, it is the man's duty to look after his family. It's the man's duty to look after his family. And a woman is to stay at home and to look after the children. This is under normal circumstances. As Allah said, وَقَرْنَا فِي بُيُوتِكُنْ, and stay in your homes. So the normal place for the woman in Islam is her home. And when Allah told them to stay in their homes, because they have the most difficult task to shoulder. The most difficult task to shoulder was given to the woman in Islam. Men cannot bring up children, but mothers can. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave a woman this most difficult task, which is to bring up the children, bring up human beings. And the reward, as you know, is so great. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made the Jannah at your feet, not at the father's feet. Jannah at the feet of the mother. So under normal circumstances, a woman stays in her home. It is the duty of the man to look after his family, provide for them, etc. But maybe circumstances sometimes compel a woman to work because there is no one to look after her. Her husband, for instance, died and she has children, she has to look after them, so she needs to earn. So if circumstances forced a woman to go outside her home and start looking for a means of earning her livelihood, she has to look first of all for the job that suits her nature, the job that doesn't involve much or a lot of contact with men. That means she looks for an environment where she will be only dealing with women, an environment that is not going to affect her iman. So that is the Islamic ruling regarding that. And if of course, that is in case that she is not married. If she is married and also the income maybe is not sufficient which the man earns, and she decides to help her husband, and both of them they agreed on that, then that's fine. Then that's fine. But this money which the wife earns, it's her money. If she decides to help you, that's fine. But you cannot force her. So her money, the money she earns, it is her money. And you know what? If, for example, when you marry this woman, she was working, she is a teacher, for example, and she told you, I want to carry on teaching, and you accepted that, then you have to, keep that promise and fulfill your promise and what you accepted. And she carries on working. And her money is the money she earns, it's her money, and you have no right to take that money. As a matter of fact, you have to also give her money. You have to look after her and have children. But if she wants willingly to give you and help you, that is out of her generosity. So you have no right to take 1 penny from her, because that is her money. If you do so, then you are committing haram. That is injustice. Also, the beautifying yourself and adorning yourself. So a woman, okay, there is a lecture by one of the Shaykh called the halal magic. Halal magic. What is the halal magic? That a woman presents herself, looks after herself. You maintain your figure, you maintain everything. So you look after yourself. Because your husband, the moment he steps out from the house, he sees all types of women, right? True or not? Yeah. So he should have something at home. If I'm a husband, I receive many mails and telephone calls from sisters, Shaykh, help me, he is watching pornography. Why is he watching pornography? He's missing something. Or he is talking to women. So if you take care of your husband, he will not. That's why the wise woman, the wise wife, is the one who makes her husband heaven on earth, not hell on earth. So your husband, he calls you from the office, I miss you, Okay? He is longing to come back because he gets everything at home. Everything he gets at home. Because what happens, sometimes women, after having children, they tend to neglect the husband. Are you following? Ignoring her husband, just concentrating on the children. He doesn't know that you have this old child at home. Yes, husband feels like a child. He needs to be pampered. You should not neglect your husband. So take care of yourself, of your looks, organize yourself. You know, a Bedouin lady, before Islam, this is before Islam, Jahiliyyah. She gave a piece of advice to her daughter on the wedding night. On the wedding night. She said, "My daughter, you are leaving the house in which you grew up. You are going to live with a man whom you knew not before. So, be obedient to him, he will be your slave. You should not let him see anything displeases him. He should not seize any unpleasant looks. He should not smell bad smells, which means when he comes close to you, he smells only nice things. Not he smells onion. Huh? When he sees, he's happy. When he look at you, he's smiling, mashallah, alhamdulillah, Allah blessed me with such beautiful lady. That's what the Prophet ﷺ said. الدنيا متاع وخير متاع الدنيا الزوجة الصالحة. Dunya is enjoyment. And the best thing is to have a pious and righteous woman. And then in another hadith he said, the pious woman is the one, when you look at her, she pleases you. Her looks are pleasing, giving you satisfaction. That's why I said, you organize your day. From this time to this time, the husband left the house. Oh, I organize my day. This time to this time, I'm doing the cleaning. I'm doing the washing. I'm doing this. I'm doing the cooking. Are you following? So you have timetable. This time to this time, feeding children, put them to bed. Not that the children stay awake until midnight. Everything is organized. If you are organized, you will find time, because many sisters, they are complaining, I don't have time. No, you will find time. Organize yourself. So when your husband comes, you already took a shower, now you beautified yourself, you are looking so beautiful and presentable. Many times the husband, they said, you know what? What we see our wives, I mean, they beautify themselves only if there are weddings. If there are weddings, they become brides. You are laughing, right? They become brides. All these nice dresses, I never saw her wearing them for me. So this is very important, my dear sisters, that you take care of yourself. So you beautify yourself, you adorn yourself. And also at the same time, it is the duty, it is the right of the wife over her husband. Not we are asking only the women to beautify themselves and adorn themselves. No, it's the same thing. A husband should do the same thing. As Ibn Abbas said, by Allah, I would beautify or adorn myself, taking a shower, combing my hair, applying perfume, wear perfume for her. I do everything I want her to do for me. And this is her right, Ibn Abbas said. Not that you come from outside sweating, bad smells and all that stuff, or smoking. No. She has also rights over you. So you need to give her. You know, at the time of Sayyidina Umar, a woman came complaining about her husband. He said, I don't want to live with him. He said, where's your husband? They brought the husband. When Sayyidina Umar saw him, his hair was standing. He said, first of all, go take a shower and comb your hair and wear a nice garment and come. He went, took a shower, he combed his hair. Now, mashallah, he stand next. He told him, stand next to your wife. And he asked her again, how about now? You still want to be divorced? She said, no. Okay. So they are human beings. So Islam is about justice. So you take care, you look presentable, nice, and the same thing, a husband should do the same thing. Mother-in-law. This is always the topic of the town. Talk of the town. Mother-in-law, mother-in-law. Mother-in-law is your mother, really. Whether she is the wife of the mother of your wife or the mother of your husband. She is your mother. So we have to love them, respect them, and we have also to take into consideration their age. So your mother-in-law, the mother of your husband, is your mother. Maybe sometimes some mother-in-laws, they feel jealous. Yes, they do. Because she feels you are stealing her son. Yeah, you have taken away her sons from her. So some mothers, they behave sometimes abnormally. So you should make her feel you are not taking away her son. And let her feel that you love her and you care for her. And you come to her and say, Auntie or my mother, I want to do this. What do you think? Okay. We are going to cook today this type of food. If she tells you you don't know how to cook, say, yes, I know, mother. I don't know. So that's why I want you to teach me. You are an expert in this field. So help me, mother. So let her always feel that she's everything in the house. Let her feel like that. People, when they grow old, we have to know how to deal with them, and we have to be patient with them. And then everything will be fine, inshallah. If we respect, you respect your mother-in-law, and every mother-in-law also should also fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. She should tell her son, listen, my son, I'm not going to interfere in your life because I don't have many years to live, okay? So inshallah, I want you to live in peace with your wife, okay? And I want just to make sure that you are happy with your wife. So I'm not going to interfere in your personal affairs. Another thing is about polygamy, okay? First of all, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allowed a man or husband to have more than one wife, because Islam provides solutions for social problems. And subhanallah, worldwide, the number of women are more than men, right? They are. So now, What is the remedy? What's the solution? Imagine a community is 3 million, 2 million women, 1 million men. So if everyone is going to marry only 1 million will remain without husbands. What should we do with them? Kill them? Huh? Or let them lead a moral life? Yeah, some sisters, they don't mind. So what? They're selfish. I don't want you to get married, but she's your sister. That's not my problem. Some sisters, they know their husbands are committing haram and she doesn't know, as long as he's not married. It's okay to her that he is doing haram, but not halal. Are you following? Yes, you are jealous, that's natural, but Islam has provided and gave us solutions for the problem. So if this brother can be just and treat his wives justly, and he financially able, physically able, then this is his right. And no one should deprive him of such right. But if you cannot afford looking after 2 families, then 1 is enough for you. Not that you are on the dole and you want to have a second wife. Right? No. So you have to have money, income, so you can provide house for this, a house for the other. And at the end of the day, having more than 1 wife is not fun, it is headache. By Allah, it is headache. Okay? So, but it is something Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made halal, we cannot make it haram. And sometimes you find some people that are saying you have to get the permission of your first wife. Huh? No, that's not true in Islam. Which woman will give you the right, green light? Anyone? Subhanallah. No woman. Even if she is using the stick, old, she will not allow you. So that's not true. And to be frank with you, the reason that women are adamant, they don't want their husband to get married because they are afraid. Okay? She tells you on my body, you cannot get married. If you marry me, then divorce me. If you marry another one. The reason they are that adamant, because they are afraid. Because she knows he will go and live his life with the young one. I'm old now, children. He will dump us, forget about us. Because they are afraid, because they don't see good examples. Right? So she's afraid. Now she is young, so he will be busy with her, and he will just ignore me and my children. But if they see good examples, then inshallah they will tolerate it. Also, here we need to take care and avoid this. Some people, they commit sins thinking that this will make them their marital life happy. They commit haram. Are you listening? For example, when they get married, they spend the honeymoon and they travel to countries where people are doing haram, and they go to beaches and all that stuff. So this is very dangerous, and this will affect their marital life. So don't commit haram. Believe me, the best place to spend your honeymoon is Makkah and Medina. Okay, sisters? So tell him we'll go on Makkah and Medina. And there are beautiful places in the kingdom. You can go to Abha, it's very cold and nice. Not that you go to places, you commit sins, or couples, they watch haram together without elaborating more. You know what I mean. Okay? That will destroy their marital relationship and harm their marital relationship. So we should take care of that and should not let the shaitan fool us. Another thing which is very important is the gifts. Giving gifts to each other. So you come home, tell your wife, close your eyes. Close your eyes. And then tell her, see? Wow, mashallah. Good. So this is something that really brings about happiness and strengthens the ties between the couples. The same thing a woman should do, also buy a gift for her husband. And even if your husband didn't have taste, so he bought something you didn't like, pretend that you liked it. Pretend that you liked it. Not that you tell him immediately, woof, this is something really you don't know how to choose. This brings us to the end of today's topic. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make your marital life happy and successful. And those who are not married yet, may Allah grant them pious and righteous partners. Ameen. Barakallahu feekum. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.